Welcome back, everybody. This is Latin's Fight Picks. Today we will be going over the fight card for UFC Fight Night, Vettori versus Dolidze 2, this Saturday, March 15th. Still Friday. It's getting it out a little late, but better than last week when I think I got it out Saturday or something before the fight. So it has improved. Apologies, just still trying to get it out on the Thursday, but just too busy. But a lot of interesting fights. I mean, when we go over it, you'll see that I picked a lot of underdogs, and I don't know if it's the meds for my cold or what's going on, but it just worked out that way. And I'm going to be taking some chances. I think there is an opportunities for these people to win. As usual, we will start off with the first fight of the night, move into the main event. We will be keeping this short. I'm not doing the board, so it's going to kind of last week's formats. I'm going to make the pick real quick, go over a couple things I see in the fight and moving on and trying to keep it short. And hopefully we'll go back to the old format if I've got time next week or the week after when we do the full board and everything else. All right, so let's start. First fight, Eunice Dubin versus Carly Judice. Judice, you know what? When I first looked at this fight, Judice was a plus 130 underdog. I thought she was going to win. I didn't bet it right away, and I didn't expect it to turn on me, even though I had a high degree of confidence that she was going to win, and now she's like a minus 390, completely turned around. But Judice is going to be the pick. She's going to be 3 inches taller. She's going to have more experience. I think she's fought the better competition. I wasn't really impressed with Dubin. Her KO victory was a cool looking victory, but I don't think she beat somebody that was that good. She hasn't had a lot of high level competition. I think that fight was starting to play out pretty competitive against a low level opponent. I think Judice is young. I think she's improving all the time. She's got a good chin. She's fought a good, decent level of competition. I even thought she won her last fight against Hernandez. So yeah, Judy's going to be the pick on this one. Moving on. Excuse me. What's that? Josiana Nunez versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Josiana Nunez, she's a good striker. She's a good technical striker. I normally like to go with a better technical striker, but she's 5'2". Granted, her reach is 2 inches more than Cachoeira, who's 5'7". But yeah, I've never been impressed with Nunez, and she always seems like she's the better technical striker and she should dominate, and she's always in these really close fights. And I've seen girls that are bigger than her can hit her from the outside, and she's had problems with that, and I think girls can take her down, and she's had problems with that. Cachoeira's fought the higher level competition. She is a bulldog in there. She goes in there. She takes way too many shots. Hopefully, I don't know if she's going to be improving on that, but she will be taking lots of shots, and I think she'll be returning shots. It's going to be the optics. I think she's going to be moving forward, throwing big bombs. I think Nunez is going to be landing on her. So I wanted to pick Nunez, but I just think the optics of Nunez backing up and Cachoeira will be landing with those shots, because it's not like Nunez really has a lot of good movement. She's got a lot of good combinations, but I don't think she gets out of the way of the punches that well. And there is a chance, and if her coaches can just tell Cachoeira just to take Nunez down, who has been taken down repeatedly. Cachoeira, I've seen her have a fight where she's been able to take people down. So if she does that, maybe once or twice, she could steal these rounds. I think she's going to win by decision. So I'm going to go with the underdog on this one, because I think it's going to be a really close fight. Moving on, Daniel Barez versus Andre Lima. I really was looking to pick Barez, but I think Andre Lima's going to win this. I think he's too tough. He's too good of a counter striker, and he can take people down and control them on the ground. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Lima's going to get close enough to Barez. Barez is going to have a great first round. I think he fades as the fight goes on. I think Lima's too good on the ground. I think he's going to take him down and control him on the ground, and he might even sub him. So Lima's going to be the pick. high degree of confidence. Carlos Vera versus Josias Musasa. I don't know what this is the order I got. I think the order might have moved around. Musasa, a couple inches taller, going to be in a 4-inch reach advantage, younger. Carlos Vera, 37 years old, end of his career. But you know what? This guy fought, the last time he fought Nakamura, and it was a last minute fight. And he made a good account of himself on the ground because he's definitely really good on the ground. And I think the fights I have watched him, he's really good in scrambles and he's good on the ground. And you got Musasa, who doesn't want to be on the ground. He's going to be for the outside. He's very strong. He's very powerful. He's a good striker. He seems like he's got good takedown defense. But at plus 550, Vera's going to be the best jiu-jitsu guy this guy's ever faced. I think he's got good movement on the outside. I think he can frustrate Musasa. I can stay away from him, dance around on the outside, score some points. I think he can take him down as well. I think the last guy who took him down was in his Dana White Contender Series. He took Musasa down, but he was not able to keep him down. Musasa was very powerful, very strong, and he got back up. I think Vera is going to be the highest technical jiu-jitsu guy he's ever faced. I think he'll be able to keep him down a little better than the other guy. I think he'll be able to steal the rounds. He's going to be live for a submission through the whole fight, leg locks. I think he's what's that guy, Hall? One of his students, leg locks. I hate leg locks. I hope he doesn't lock in a leg lock. I hope he chokes him out. I cringe when I see those knee bars and all the other stuff. But I think Vera at plus 550 has got a really good shot at this. As a matter of fact, I bet on Vera against Nakamura. And there was a few times where there were some close situations where Nakamura was in, not the best situation with these leg locks. And I thought maybe he could do it, right? But he was close. But Nakamura is really good on the ground. He's a good wrestler. And I think that he has more experience than Musasa. And I don't think Musasa is a ground guy. I think if Vera gets Musasa in those positions, it could be a whole lot of trouble. I'm going to go with Vera, a low degree of confidence, plus 550. I got to go for the underdog. I don't have to go, but I could see a path to victory for this guy. Moving on, Dion Nurgozai versus Bretson Ribeiro. Bretson Ribeiro is an inch or two taller, going to have much more big reach advantage. They're both young. But watching Nurgozai fight, he does take a fair bit of punishment, but it seems like he's got a really good chin and he's got some good combinations. He's got this weird tickle always touching his nose. I don't know how that's working out because he can't hand fight. Ribeiro's going to be the much taller guy. He's going to have nice straight punches, but I've seen him be a little chinny. And I think this guy here, Nurgozai, he's just one of those guys, kind of a little flabby. I saw on the weigh-ins he came in a little heavy. He didn't make weight. Hopefully there's not a problem, but I think he's just going to go in there and eventually catch Ribeiro, and I think he's going to knock him out. And I just think Ribeiro is going to catch Nurgozai, and I think Nurgozai are going to eat it. And I think as the fight goes on, he's going to get closer and closer to Ribeiro. Ribeiro's going to try to take him down. I think he's got decent takedown defense. I think Nurgozai is a wrestler too. Nurgozai is going to be the pick. I wanted to pick Ribeiro, but I just can't see it. I think that Nurgozai is one of those naturally tough guys who throws nice punches and can knock people out. He kind of reminds me of, what's that guy from Australia? Not Tafa, the actual guy that's good. I can't remember his name. It's the Samoan. What's his name? Can't remember. Anyways, he reminds me of him, where that build, they kind of look fat, but they're pretty fast and powerful, So moving on. Nurgozai is going to be the pick, high degree of confidence. Stephanie Luciano versus Sam Hughes. Luciano's going to be a little taller. She's 32 years old. Sam Hughes, 26 years old. She's still very young, eh? Do I got that right? Why does that seem not right? No, she's 30. I got it the opposite way, yeah. So Stephanie Luciano's 26 and Sam Hughes is 32. Sorry, she's 25. That's really weird. Maybe on the other one it had a different. Yeah, Luciano's 26 or 25 and 32 for Sam Hughes. I think Sam Hughes fought a lot better competition. She's a pretty fair size underdog. I think Luciano looked decent in the last fight, but she fought Alan Carr. She lost a close fight with Alan Carr. She won a close fight with Alan Carr. I think her takedown defense improved, and I think Alan Carr had a hard time taking her down. Alan Carr is a total little person. She's like 5 feet tall. You know, totally undersized for this weight division. The fact that she even lost the first time to her was a surprise, but she kind of, dominated the last fight, well, unanimously, won the decision. But I think Sam Hughes is going to be a problem. I think she's not a bad striker. She could take people to the ground. She's very tough. She could take a punch. It's going to go down to a decision. It's going to be close. At plus 195, I got to go with Sam Hughes. I don't think Luciano's a really high, high level fighter, and I think Sam Hughes is not a high level fighter. It's going to be close, and with those odds, Sam Hughes is going to be the pick. She's a tough girl, and she's proven she's been in there with some pretty decent competition. Moving on, Waldo Cortez Costa versus Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann's an inch or two taller. Kind of have an inch reach advantage. I mean, he's coming in at 249. This guy's coming in at 261. I think the more natural heavyweight's going to be Acosta. Ryan Spann's moving up from light heavyweight to heavyweight. I don't know if that's the best idea for him, but he is losing at light heavyweight. I don't know. I can't see his fortunes changing that much. He's running into a guy who can take a punch, and I think even if it's a straight punch, I still think Acosta could eat this guy's punches. Not that you want to test that, because Spann is a big, powerful guy. But Acosta has taken a lot of punches. He's got a good jab. He doesn't get tired. He keeps going after you. He's got good takedown defense. I got to go with Acosta. He is the favorite for a reason. I think Ryan Spann's entertaining, and I think he beats a lot of guys. But Acosta is one of those guys that's hard to beat. Acosta's going to be the pick. Moving on, Su Young Yu versus AJ Cummings. This is another huge underdog, AJ Cummings, plus 450. He was actually plus 475 when I first looked at it. And here's the thing, Su Young Yu, I don't think he's that good. I think he's not a big guy, he's a little flabby. I saw him on the road to the UFC.